Well, wonderful. We're live. Let's get some music and let's. All right, welcome everyone to a new episode of our leadership series. I have with me a beautiful and incredible guest from Georgia, Madam Nino Zambakhidze. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Actually, I saw the video role, and among these amazing and powerful women, it's a really great honor for me to be here today with you. And thank you
Uh,
very much for inviting me.
I'm so honored to have you, and I'm so impressed by the incredible work that you do. You are the chairwoman and the co-founder of Georgian Farmers Association. It's not only because there are 6,000 farmers in them, but being a woman and being the co-founder of that association is quite impressive. Can you tell us the journey and what brought you to choose that as a field and be part of it?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, it was a kind of funny idea behind that and the
Uh-huh.
story because I'm city person who never had a village. Actually, I was born in a city and I had my own business. I still do have that business. And just to briefly about Georgia. Georgia is a country of hospitality and the cradle of wine with 8,000 years of history. So everyone in Georgia likes to drink. And why I'm saying this is that my business partner, with whom I was having business for 20 years, got drunk and bought two cows. That's how I started my business and
Really?
career, yeah,
You
in
got drunk and
agriculture.
bought really? That's incredible. Okay.
So also the same time, I had a small kid who was poisoned with the dairy products, and my mom, she was every time telling me to find a reliable farmer. But as
Mm.
I mentioned, in city, you only know the farming and the farmers products from the shelves of supermarket and
Mhm,
nothing else. So
mhm.
when by coincidentally my business partner bought two cows and my mom was also asking for the quality product, so I went to village to see, what was the situation. And I found the extremely bad hygiene. So I was shocked. I
Oh,
was saying that, my child was, thanks to God, survived, because if
thank
people
God.
are, eating this, so
Yeah.
they might be poisoned every time. So then the idea came with business partner to create small home business kind of.
Mhm.
And we started with two cows and the small business kind making a cheese products.
Mhm.
And step by step, with the support of different donor organizations from United States, from Europe, I
Mhm.
became one of the largest farmer of Georgian reality. So I had
Wow.
yes, I had the 120 cow farm, cheese factory, combined feed factory,
Incredible. And you
apple
did that on
orchard.
and you did that in how much time? How many years?
I started in 2008 when we had the unfortunate Russian invasion in the country. So we Russia started war with us. So it was also time, very hard time for Georgian population. So I started business in an extremely bad situation because we were just losing our citizens, and Russians were entering in different villages, so it was very hard. And the business I started is in ethnical minor region where a lot of Armenians are living, and it was a kind very hard for me also, to be in the middle of kind of city and the village, because in the middle it was literally war. So
Oh.
I started in 2008, and as mentioned, I become one
With
of
two
the
cows.
largest.
You started with two cows in
Yes, with
2008.
two
Okay.
cows,
Mm.
and then the story followed that I got divorced, and there is nothing to hide about, and it was very tough for me.
Mm.
And I remember at that time that when I become one of the largest farmer of Georgia. In reality, no one was calling me farmer; everyone was calling me peasant. And
Oh,
according to the history of Georgia, being peasant is a kind of non shiki,
yeah.
because it's a cultural, the
Yeah,
person
it's social
it's
level.
a
It's like
it's a
level.
social, yeah,
Yeah.
non-educated person who
Yeah.
works for someone.
Uh,
So, and I remember the guy came, and he was a very prominent guy in the village. He came to me and said that, Nino, I know that you are hard worker. You left family, you moved here, because I lived there for 8 years in the village. So my mom was taking care of my kids.
the
You
children.
you divorced, and your kids one day they will be ashamed that you are farmer. I was like, what you
Why?
mean?
I work
And he
hard.
said,
Hmm.
yes, and he said that our kids, when they go to big cities, they are hiding that we are farmers, because we are called, we've been called peasants. So it
Mm.
was a kind of feeling when the hot water goes through you. And I said, how it comes, and I started deep diving into that, and I found out that it was literally like that. And I said, okay, it's time, I have to change something. So the idea came to create the Farmers Association.
Mhm.
And I have to mention that the agriculture in Georgia was very male dominated.
Like
uh,
not just in Georgia, like everywhere in the world at
Everywhere,
that
but
time
it's
in the
it's
80s and
more.
90s. Yes.
It
Yeah.
was more
2000.
because it's a kind of heritage of
Mm.
post-Soviet Union, so it's like a very male
And listen, but
dominated.
you do have women working in the field, right?
Yeah, you
Collecting,
do.
collecting voila, olives or grapes, whatever that is, like really small, collecting strawberries, collecting the little things. Yeah, you do
I
too.
call them the shadow angels,
Mm.
because they do everything, but in
Mm.
front you see a
They don't,
man.
you don't
So
see them exactly. Ah,
yeah, so
you call them the
and
shadow
then
angels. Wow.
yeah, and then idea came, I said we have to change something. So
Mm.
I called to my friends, and I said to them that we have to make some changes. So we create the Georgian Farmers Association, and
Mm.
in 2 years time we moved around in 3,400 villages,
Mm.
because Georgia had 3,400 villages. And we were going door to door, literally, and asking questions to farmers, at that time peasants. If you will
Mhm.
stop production, what's going to happen? And they were
Uh-huh.
saying, people will starve, people will die with
Oh,
hunger, and
really? Oh,
etc.
wow. They knew
And
the
then
role, the central role they were
yes,
playing. Yeah.
exactly. And then the next question was, who was the most important in the country, president, prime minister, or the farmer? And they were saying farmer. And we were giving them banners saying that, for example, my name is Nino and I'm proud producer of potato. So this
Yeah.
campaign, called Farmer is a Patriot, covered the whole country.
Wow.
And majority of
Incredible.
majority of people became our members, and I'm proudly saying that we are more than 6,000 now, covering whole country, 10 regions in and covering whole field. We are even celebrating our Farmers Day, 20th of November. No one
Uh-huh.
calls peasants us anymore. And then I found out that I was missing my shadow angels. So whenever I
Because they
was
were still
going.
there, right? Because they were still there.
Exactly. They
Yes.
were there, but they were not showing up. So
Yes.
whenever I had the gathering, or public speak or
They were
panel,
not
it was
there.
a man. And I was calling it manel, not panel, because it was
Oh,
like all men. And then
oh,
I said, okay, we have to do and create something for them. And also I had an issue with the
okay.
financial institution, that beside I was one of the largest farmer, I went to a bank to expand my business, and they didn't give me credit,
Oh,
because of my gender. They said, yeah, but bring men as a collateral. So I said,
mm.
now we have to do something and we have to make more changes. So we started thinking about rural women, youth, ethnical minorities, and we created the special projects for them, special grant mechanisms that they were
Wow.
getting support with the help of UN Women and all donors. And
Mhm.
right now, I have to proudly say that we have a 50% of women in our farmers organization. And I was and
50%. That's
exactly,
incredible. Because you were the only one in the beginning, probably just few of them, right? From the
yeah,
2000. That's very
yeah,
big. Okay, a lot of appreciation coming your way. Thank you, Alison. She say we love the term. We all love the term shadow angels because they are angels. It's just
they are.
they are.
And the thing was that what I found out among rural women, and you can see it in the city as well. Women, we don't have self-confidence. I don't know why it comes, but we don't have self-confidence. And when
Mm,
I was talking to rural people, they were like, I cannot risk, I cannot do it, I'm
mm,
busy, and business is not my sphere. And I was saying, I have very good example for you. If
mm,
you know how to manage family, you
mm.
know how to deal with all businesses, because
Exactly.
family needs time management,
Mm.
needs negotiation skills, needs I don't know, everything like warehouse keeping system, needs special communication. It needs everything. And I was
Exactly.
saying that if you can manage the family, there is no business more complicated than the family.
Exactly.
So,
So
and
that's
then
how you brought their confidence back to them, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, because I mean, everything is in. I mean, business. When we say word business,
Yeah.
right away it jumps out like family,
Yeah.
because it's a combination of everything. In
Mhm.
bank you are sitting, for example, as a call center, but
Yeah.
in the family you are also call center. You have to respond. You have to do everything. So then step by step we were delivering them different type of trainings, and as I mentioned, the access to financial capital. So now, and I also started my TV program together with
Oh,
extremely good people.
congratulations.
Thank
That's
you. I
nice.
was co-anchoring for 5 years,
Uh-huh.
bringing new faces, especially young women from shadow. So it was kind of, introducing to civil society, introducing to government new faces who could be also advocating for business rights, and who are the entrepreneurs, and who were just extremely smart ones, but they were kind of
Who are the
ashamed.
ones that are who are creating their economies? I mean, they are really
Exactly.
players in the economy, actually. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
what we found out also is that during COVID, women were the most flexible ones who easily adapted to different things, and, started doing the different businesses. And they were not only concentrating for one thing. So we said that, this is a time that we have to support them as much as we can. And not
Mm.
locally, globally as well, because
Mm.
you are also part of G100, and
Yes.
I'm as well. And I do have here a lot of Georgian wings, and different group of people represent Georgia in different areas. So I think
Mhm.
this is the most crucial,
Yes.
and this is also done through the Farmers Association, which is one of the largest and the strongest organization in this country now,
That's
advocating for farmers' rights, women's rights,
that's
supporting businesses, and export and access to financial institutions.
This is amazing. And I told you, I admire your work. I admire your boldness, and I admire your love and good heart, because not only are you doing that, you bring in more women with you. And I think this is what we want more, is to understand that there is abundance, and let's help each other, because more we are, stronger we can have our voice being heard. Um, through your work, did you see that there are more women today that are getting the lead, becoming, the big farmer, not just the shadow angels? How did you see the changes? Can you tell us stories?
Yeah, absolutely. And we see tremendous changes. Yeah, back like 8 years, if me and you would have the same conversation, I would say, oh, unfortunately, we are missing, women. But now
Yeah.
I can proudly say that we have hundreds of amazing women who came out from shadow and they do their businesses. What they, as a country, and I think the worldwide, what we were missing was a kind of role models,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we were missing the mentors. But
Yeah.
what, every time I was just delivering lecture or talking to students, I was saying that I was fighting internally myself, because when I was entrepreneur, when I started entrepreneurship, it was kind of decade ago.
Mhm.
There was no role model, and I
Yeah.
was saying that I want to become a man, and I was naming
Yeah, because
different
that's the
business.
only the example that you have. So you think this is the only way that things could be done to succeed. I agree.
Exactly. And then you think that you cannot be on such a heights, because at that time they had the opportunity and they grabbed the market, for example. But
Mm.
you cannot become a Steve Jobs, or somewhere like very top
Yes.
Bezos or whatever, right? But you were
Mm.
dreaming to be them.
Yeah.
But now we were saying that we have to drop this benchmark down, because
Mm.
everyone can easily become Nino, who started with 2 cows, right?
Yes, I
So
think your story is incredible. That's
so
incredible story.
so
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to build, the ecosystem where you could find the mentors and you could find the role models that you can easily become, right? So you are not reaching high mountains, but you are just climbing step by step. So
Yes.
right now I can tell you that we have a lot of, like, I just to count, I mentored somewhere 100 young
Wow.
women who
Yeah.
have their agripreneur pathways, and they are doing extremely good in business, not locally, also as well, globally.
Mhm.
But the mentorship, I think, and being a role model helps a lot.
Yeah.
And right
It's
now in
true.
the 21st century, when we don't have any borders, and it's so easy to reach everyone out, like, in social media, ask
Exactly.
questions, get
Mm.
information,
Get
and
help, get, yeah, guidance. That's true, which was not the case before. Yeah.
exactly. And what I did, like, I mean, I like now, but I had, my fight was that every time what we know is we are hearing this success story. And
Mm.
everyone has to know that there is no success without failure. And when, I have to pitch myself and, everyone says I'm successful, they have to know that, it was weeks that I was crying. There was
Yeah.
times that I was thinking, to drop everything because it didn't come out the way I wanted.
Mm.
So the main idea is also, for me to share the, failures, and
Mm.
how many times I started my life from the beginning.
Mm.
But, I have expression, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Stronger,
That's,
and it's a good
yeah,
one. Absolutely. What doesn't
yeah,
kill
so
you
that's what they,
is
they women were supposed to hear and know. And since that, we see a lot of young women, especially, who are motivated, and they are self-confident because they are getting, education. They have mentors, and
and
I
and
think
you
that's
said
the future.
it is, and you said it so well because it's self-confidence that it was missing in the beginning. And when you get them, it's like the source of their power. They just start empowering themselves because their confidence boosts that power. If you were to look back to your journey and somebody tells you, okay, I want to start, but what is it that I need to keep in mind to reach the success that you've reached? How can you, what is the wisdom you can share?
I think that, you know, they have to understand that once they have the goal and they are willing from bottom from their heart to do something, they will do. And they have to know that it is not easy,
Yeah.
because it's such a big turbulence when you start doing business, especially when you are entrepreneur, because you are employee and you are employer as well.
Yes.
So all decision is on your shoulders, so there is no one who can risk with you, right? So what I would say is that if they want something to, from their bottom, from their heart, they will do. And when they will think that, finish, I cannot do it anymore, and I'm gonna drop and leave, that's the moment when they're gonna succeed. So
Ah,
that's something what I'm saying to, to everyone. So it is not easy, but it's interesting. If I would not love my job, it would be, can you imagine how hard it would be for me to leave my kids for 8 years with my mom, to get a divorce,
yes.
to
Mm.
start business, and someone would say that, my kids will be ashamed of me, and then
Yes. Oh,
to
wow.
to establish myself among this male dominated sector
I
and raise
salute
a
you.
voice.
It's like hats off, my dear Nino. For real. I am so proud of you. You are an
Thank
incredible.
you so much.
It's true. I mean it. And I told you that when we met in person, I was so impressed because you have chosen to rise in such a male dominated environment and keep on believing in yourself that you're going to win. And when everybody tells you the opposite, that takes a lot of willpower. But you said something interesting, which is like when you don't stop, because when you stop, then what do you do? So when you have nothing else, you just keep at it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's a choice. This
Yeah.
is also, the decision you have to take within yourself.
Yeah.
Either you make mistakes and you grow and you will not do the same mistakes, or if
Mhm.
you stop, you will not develop. And
Exactly.
then you're gonna look to someone, and for sure you will find a job, for sure. But inside, if you are entrepreneur, and
Mm,
inside, if you want to do something, so
mm,
you are not supposed to, stop or just, challenge yourself. The
mm,
thing is that you go and you implement.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because I've been employer as well and I've been employed.
Uh-huh.
But at the end, you want to do something, and to make changes is not easy. And
No,
it's a decision which gonna cost you, I don't know, nerves, depression,
it does. Yeah.
everything.
And regrets and regrets.
Exactly.
And
So
yeah.
yeah.
And I'll also say, like, the last thing you want is like, oh, I wish I had started. I wish I stayed longer. I wish, like, what at the end is like, if only I gave myself more chance or more time. And you don't want to regret that ever. You want to go towards your dream and do them.
Exactly. It's better to, from my point of view, it's better to make mistakes and
Yeah.
then regret that, okay, I made a
At least I
mistake.
tried. That's true.
Yes, at least I tried, rather not try and then, talk to myself that, I made a mistake, and then, it will not leave,
Mhm.
because whatever is your imaginations that you could try but you were not able, so it
Uh-huh.
makes you more anxious. But if you tried but you failed, at least you have answer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's best way.
So, how are you leaving this legacy behind? I know you have two boys, and are they um, in doing the same thing as a mom, or are they completely different fields?
No, actually, I had a such good influence on them, because when journalists asked my kid what
Yeah.
kind of example I was giving to
Yeah.
them, the younger one answered that maybe my mom is not baking khachapuri for us.
Mm.
Khachapuri is a Georgian dish, kind of pizza, bread
Okay.
with
Okay.
cheese,
Okay.
but she is making extremely good example how we have to
Amazing.
live, and
Mm.
what kind of empathy we have to have, and how we
Mm.
have to live for people,
I love
and not only for us. So,
that.
and actually, the younger one, he's having his own startup and also
Oh.
helps me
Mhm.
supporting rural people. And the older one, he also has his own business supporting the Georgian musicians and international musicians. So it's a different field, but actually, three of us, we are four people. So trying to be very social, and so we have
Yes.
social responsibility, and we love to do
I love
something
that
good for
because
country.
I love that because you just spoke what is not spoken about, the power of a person that, when you educate and raise your children, it's not about spending all time with them and giving them 100% of your time. That's not what makes you the best mom. It's by giving them showing them the way forward, and you doing it so beautifully. And this is how your boys are expressing it them as well. It's like you baked something even more, is like delicious and sustainable, because that's forever. It's not like you just bake one thing and it goes, but you created their way of being and their way of thinking, and this is all
Yeah,
not power.
actually, it's not easy when you are away and you have this kind of thing on your heart that you dropped kids, and there are nights and you think that no one needed what you were doing. And then you were just thinking, I left my kids, I'm doing this, and now this is something that you know, no one needs that. And then all of a sudden you find out that someone writes you a message that, thanks to you I survived, or thanks to you I changed my life. And then everything goes like, okay, forget it, you have to continue. So that's what gives you power. And
It does.
yeah.
It's
And
like
the
you.
older one, I just, it's a funny also, the older one said that, the big success, while our mom is successful, is because of us. And then, another journalist asked why. He said that, whenever she was leaving and going to a village, we were not crying. So can you imagine if we would start crying, that she would not leave us, so she would
Yes,
not be successful. So I said,
that
yeah,
is so
they're
true.
absolutely right.
Isn't that incredible? So they're very aware of the role they played. And it's very well, when you speak about leadership and leaders, which the incredible role model you are, you get courage from outside. People think that it's from inside, but it's not really it's from the outside. From the outside, where the smallest circle you nurture, the loved ones are there to say, we're here with you. We are just watching you, we're encouraging you, we're loving you. And he's spot on, because that's what he projected on you, is this love and trust that, you'll go and you come back. And it does empower
Absolutely.
you. It does. It's so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Love it. This is incredible. I always ask my guests about their own understanding of what leadership means. So, what does, to you, Nino, what does it mean to be a leader?
Uh, I mean, there is definitions, right? So
To you,
worldwide known
as a person, how do you
definition.
feel it? You embody it, you see it.
For me, the leadership is empathy
Mm,
and understanding, and being part of these people that you want to be living, working, or educating, or whatever. So for me, leadership is mutual understanding. And
mm,
once you understand them, once you have empathy, and once you know exactly what is, the people's, women or youngsters' will is, and you act to benefit them, that's
mhm,
a leadership. And
mm,
also, to rise others and motivate others and give them opportunity.
mhm,
Because otherwise, could not succeed. And from my vision is that if ecosystem around me is not happy, everyone is not just real, I mean, self-confident and is not happy, I cannot be happy.
mm.
So leadership is, for me, is a philosophy, being part of the community, understand them and lead them and deliver what they are willing to get.
I love this. I love it. And it's spot on. And it's exactly the beautiful journey that you shared with us today and that you embody and you represent. It's incredible. Thank you so much. I love this. I mean, I knew you are fascinating, but I didn't know how much it is from, how you can create the incredible for just a coincidence. So we agree, right? Like sometime the universe threw you think and you wonder what for, and it just helps you grow and helps you become something bigger than you could even imagine. That's nice. What would you
Exactly.
like to say as a final word about, maybe an advice to people who are thinking of starting something but always scared, lacking self-confidence to do it?
What I would say is that we are here for them 24/7. So in case they want to see, any challenge, personally, business, we are here to support them. And the final word is that if we want to have more peaceful world, we have to have more women in business, more women in politics, and more women in education. So
Mhm.
here we are to support that journey for those ones who are trying to start and create the peaceful world, which is most important, because no matter where we are, peace is right now the most important. So we
That's
have to create that.
we have to create it. We have to project more of love and peace, and women are doing it so naturally and so beautifully. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being with us. Thank you, Nino, for your beautiful
Thank you.
story. For this was so nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.